Hello, testing. All right, fourth graders, let's get started. So we are going to cover two strategies today. And I know they're on opposite sides. I should have planned that out, but luckily you can figure it out. I'm going to start over here. This is going to be strategy number one. We did a different way of doing this. We did a couple different ways of doing this actually, because we're using number bonds to decompose. We're breaking apart the fractions to make it easier to subtract. But you could do this in a million different ways, and I'm just going to show you one way today, the way that our class seems slightly more comfortable with. We're starting out here with 8 1/3, 8 wholes and 1/3, and we're going to subtract 2/3. For us to do that, and let me see if I can get this shadow, if I stand in front of it a little bit more. All right, for us to do that, I'm going to break apart 2/3. Because I know if I have 8 1/3, it's pretty easy for me to subtract 1/3. So I'm going to take that 1/3 out, knowing that I can subtract from here. And before I go to subtract, let me think about what else is missing. Well, 1/3 plus something else gives me 2/3. Let me think. 1/3 plus one more third gives me 2/3. So I've now changed this problem. Now I have 8 1/3 minus 1/3 and minus another third. And take a look right here. 8 1/3 minus 1/3. 1/3 minus 1/3 is 0. So now I'm just left with 8. 8 minus 1/3. Some of you can do this in your head, and for some of us, we may still want to break this apart even further. I'm going to break this 8 apart for those of us who would like to break it apart into 7 3/3, because I know with 3/3, I'll be able to subtract one more third. I now have 7 plus 3/3 minus another third. And that gives me 7 2/3. There we go. Now, I know I went through that really fast. We did this a number of times today, and a lot of you said, whoa, Miss Rager, that is way too many steps. That's okay. What I want to do over here is I want to help those of you who are struggling to picture this in your head. I want to give you a picture. We're actually going to draw a picture. We're going to do a tape drawing. And a lot of you thought that this was a lot easier. I'm starting out with 3 wholes and 3/6, and I'm going to subtract 5/6. Now, if I have 3 wholes and 3/6, that's basically 3 wholes, and you know I always picture granola bars. There's 3 whole granola bars, and I need to make 3/6 of another granola bar. Are they perfect? No, but nor am I. Let me fill in my 3 3/6. There's 1, 2, 3 whole granola bars, and 1, 2, 3/6. There's 3 3/6. Now I need to subtract 5/6. I know that it's pretty easy for me to subtract 3/6. There's 1, 2, 3, all gone. But I need to subtract 2 more 6 to subtract 5/6. So I'm actually going to break this last granola bar apart into 6 so that I can subtract 2 more 6. What am I left with? There are 2 whole granola bars. And let's count the 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4 6s. So my difference, my answer to this problem is 2 4 6. Again, there's so many different ways that you could do these problems. I could have broken apart 8 1/3 instead of breaking apart the 2/3. There's so many different ways you can solve these. Do whatever way works best for you. And yes, one of these is in your homework. Good luck.